Andrew Cuomo. Andrew Cuomo is the governor of New York. He's had a lot of publicity around him, especially during COVID. He's a lib, and it's really important that we, from a leftist perspective, really hound him hard and honestly hound for his impeachment and resignation more than like anything right now. So like, not more than anything, but excuse me, if you're like, that should be the reaction towards him. And it's important that we get him out, especially if you're local to New York. The issue that we have right now is that, and I've had this too, like I said, getting libbed up for Cuomo, and I did at the beginning of the pandemic, and a lot of that was because he was Ranyan put it up in a very valid way yesterday, because he was there. And the main reason why was because during the pandemic, he actually kind of presented as another option, right? Another person that he was there every day. He was talking about it, talking about numbers. And there was some condemnation on certain things, like the use of elderly homes for COVID cases, nursing homes. And he also has a very bad reputation along with like landlords and renters' rights and things, which is a huge thing in New York, right? But over the last so many days, so it's come to attention that A, he lied about the amount of patients sent to nursing homes, which did have a bad impact, but as well, that same impact, along with a lot of those same arguments, you get ones talking about like, well, Trump sent them hospital ships, didn't utilize that because he just didn't want to. He didn't want to make Trump look good. And there's even an argument for Cuomo saying that there's a reason why he lied about it, to be fair. And I understand this argument, and I'm not in full disagreement with it, but it doesn't admit you from, or allow you to lie to your citizens, because what happened is the president was holding money hostage for things like the MTA, things for everyday Americans in New York. Also, you lose the MTA, you lose a lot of money for the country as a whole, because so much economic power comes out of the city. So I get it from that side of things, but you also lied to the people, which in a moral ground is a big fuck up. The other, though, is now with the hospital ships and things like that, they were used what they were appropriate for. They were not appropriate for taking on infectious patients. As someone that worked as a Navy corpsman, and it's kind of a dream to get on one of those hospital ships, that is not something that you want to do, because it's compromising in a very compromised space. So yeah, they used it for tertiary things, sending people that were not COVID to those ships. However, since then, and before this was a while ago, Lindsay Boylan, I believe she is running for DA in New York. Actually, I'm really interested in her campaign as a whole, but actually, no, I'm wrong. She's running for borough president. I'm quite sure. Which, Yeah. So she's a candidate for borough president. And if you don't know, New York kind of works a little odd politically. But since there are these things called boroughs, like Brooklyn is a borough, the Bronx, Queens, Staten Island as well, they get these things called borough presidents, kind of like little mini mayors, because all these boroughs, a lot of them were already cities or territories to begin with before they were integrated into New York. So she's running for borough president, and hold on. And she accused Andrew Cuomo of some inappropriate sexual harassment and inappropriate behavior. Since then, I believe 3 others have come out, and others just also alluding to a hostile work environment. And Cuomo's reaction to this has honestly done him more harm than these allegations, in my personal opinion. Cuomo has refused to resign multiple times. As well, though, he had his vaccine czar, who was a assistant to his in the past, go around kind of like testing loyalty and talking to others, trying to make sure that they weren't going to back this stuff up. Because even in what is pretty crazy, as you can read right here, Schumer and Gillibrand joined Democrats urging Cuomo to resign. That is a big deal, and that's actually right where we are.
For every idea.
Shut up. And that's a big deal because Schumer's very much a what you'd call an establishment lib, right, in the Democratic Party. AOC is called on this. It's pretty surprising. This has continued to grow. I've even gotten text recently. This is Alina from NYC DSA. We're meeting in Washington Square Park this Saturday at 1 p.m. for a rally in March to demand Cuomo's impeachment and taxes on the rich. Can we count on you to be there? I'm glad all this action's going around this is really good. We need to not only go after Republicans and shit that do this type of bullshit, but also our own, right? Democrats, other libs. This is important to do. We need to show that we have convictions and not just partisanship. But not only because of that, because it's gross as fuck, and we need to change that. New York Governor Andrew Cuomo just lost the support of 2 of the country's most powerful Democrats, Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer. Exactly, and he's also the Senate Majority Leader. And Senator Kirsten Gillibrand. The senators are joining a growing chorus of lawmakers calling for Cuomo's resignation amid allegations of sexual harassment. Confronting and overcoming the COVID crisis requires sure and steady leadership. We commend the brave actions of the individuals who have come forward with serious allegations of abuse and misconduct, Schumer and Gillibrand said in a joint statement. Due to the multiple credible sexual harassment and misconduct allegations, it is clear that Governor Cuomo has lost confidence in his governing partners and the people of New York. Governor Cuomo should resign. Cuomo has become, and I was going to bring this up, become an international celebrity for his handling of the coronavirus crisis, but after accusations of mismanagement and a series of sexual harassment allegations, he finds himself isolated and rapidly losing support. Earlier Friday, the 3-term governor remained defiant, denying the allegations against him and refusing to step down. I did not do what has been alleged, period, Cuomo said in a call with reporters. I never harassed anyone. I never assaulted anyone. I never abused anyone. I'm not going to resign. I was not elected by the politicians. I was elected by the people, Cuomo added. People know the difference between playing politics, bowing to cancel culture, and the truth. God damn it, now Cuomo's talking cancel culture as well. Of course. So here's the other thing with that. He very much gained huge popularity. People were saying that he should be president during COVID. This is, it was also found that, like, him and his vaccine czar were trying to make a letter denouncing and trying to discredit Lindsey Boylan. I think they probably stopped after all the other allegations were probably coming out, but don't trust this shit. This is, those answers just do not sit with me right. The pushback comes as the majority of the House Democrats from New York are calling for Cuomo's resignation, including Representative Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez and Judiciary Chairman Jerry Nadler. The repeated accusations against the governor and the manner in which he has responded to them, exactly what I just said, and the manner of which he has responded to them have made it impossible for him to continue to govern at this point. I agree. Nadler said in a statement, Governor Cuomo has lost the confidence of the people of New York. Governor Cuomo must resign. In a joint statement, Ocasio-Cortez and Congressman Jamal Bowman, based, cited the growing number of allegations against Cuomo, as well as the administration's misleading reports of nursing home residents' COVID-19 deaths as reasons that the governor should resign. As a member of the New York delegation of the U.S. House Reps, we believe these women. We believe the reporting. We believe the Attorney General, and we believe the 55 members of the New York State Legislature, including the State Senate Majority Leader, who have concluded that Governor Cuomo can no longer effectively lead in the face of so many challenges. True. Yeah. No, I agree with all this right now. Representatives Nadia Velasquez, Adriano Espaillat, Grace Meng, Mondaire Jones, Carolyn Maloney, Yvette Clark, Antonio Delgado, Sean Patrick Maloney, Brian Iggs, Richie Torres, Joe Morell, and Paul Tonko also called for his resignation. One of those is my representatives. I won't say which one just to not dox myself, but Congresswoman Kathleen Rice was the first member of the New York delegation to call on Cuomo to resign on March 1st. New York Assembly Speaker Carl Heastie on Thursday authorized an impeachment investigation of the allegations of the misconduct. Yes, I heard about this. I didn't do enough digging on it yet. More than 55 state lawmakers said in a letter Thursday that they want the governor out. And when he, by the way, says, like, the politicians didn't vote for me, the people did. First off, politicians vote. They're still citizens and people. Secondly, though, that is some really slick populist rhetoric. That's pretty bullshit. Saying that, like, remember actually when I, while playing Valheim with Nalu, we went over Umberto Eco's 14 points, right? You must construct like a populist, right? Like, I'm not calling Cuomo a fascist, but that's kind of like part of this populist rhetoric, right? I will speak for the people, and you make this public to speak to them. It's pretty bullshit. All right. The budget, the fight against COVID-19, and restarting the economy all depend on clear and trustworthy leadership. The letter said, in light of the governor's admission of inappropriate behavior and the findings of altered data on the nursing home COVID-19 deaths, he has lost the confidence of the public and the state legislature, rendering him ineffective in the time of most urgent need. The Quinnipiac poll released earlier this month found that a majority of New Yorkers do not want Cuomo to resign. Yes, I did hear about this actually, though. Although they are also unsatisfied with his response to the sexual misconduct allegations. According to the poll conducted on March 2nd through 3rd, 55% of New Yorkers voters believe that he should not step down, although 59% also say that he should not run for a fourth term. I understand the want to not change leadership at the current moment. So I get why that's like during an issue. So I kind of get why those overlap. The poll also found that 59% of New York voters are unsatisfied with Cuomo's explanation and apology regarding the allegations, and 86% support the independent investigation by the state attorney general. Good.